Welcome, everyone. This is Glenda Dawson, and I have Eric Husbands here and a few of our members. And we are here to channel councils, Council of Nine, Council of Eight, and any other council of light beings that come to us. And light beings in general, because they are allowing us to remember or remember. Who we really are, what our gifts are, uh, what the reality is to help us ascend and to help us all heal what we need to heal. So although these sessions are not done individually, uh, take what resonates with you and know that the other stuff may resonate with somebody else. But if you take this journey and you want to go with us, and you really don't know how to travel, it's okay. You should set the intention that you want to come with us, whether you want to come with us as a whole group or one person in particular. It is perfectly fine, or however you do it. And, it's your journey, your path. We're just here providing, hopefully, the tools, the knowledge, and the activation so you can remember everything you need to remember. So now I'm going to ask everyone to just close their eyes, take a few deep breaths, and allow yourselves to connect nice and slow to your higher self first, to that spirit within you that's connected to everything and all. And as you're doing that, you will start to feel lighter and lighter. And you will start to feel like you were leaving your body and going into a place that is not so dense, not so heavy. Again, continue taking those deep breaths, nice and slow. Deeper and deeper you go, so you can really go with us and connect. Okay, I understand that, Jazz, you were saying you had coordinates to start,
Yes.
so please share.
27, 39, 2, 14, 3. 27, 39, 2, 14, 3.
Thank you. And again, like normal, I'm opening the floor to anyone who gets there or experiences anything in particular. Please share. Again, the more we share, the more others will understand that they're not the only ones who are alone. I am in the middle of nowhere, but everywhere. And it's like I'm in the middle of space, seeing all the planets and the stars and all that, but I'm just there. Intents purposes, I'm floating. And I think it's just because I needed to see and I needed to be in the very beginning. I needed to be where it started. For some reason, I don't know what started there, but where it started is what I'm hearing.
And the image that I got before we started was a desert oasis. So it's not unsimilar in that there is vastness everywhere. And yet we have an oasis that provides us with all our needs. There is nourishment, there is shade, there is everything that we need, and all of that is housed within us as a entity.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay.
I'm not sure, but I'm working with the Elohim the last few days, so that seems to be at the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I got chills when you said that.
They say we are here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And they're there and we're there.
Yeah.
Even if the surroundings look different to us, to each and every one of us, we're at the beginning. It's kind of like they want us to be in the Alpha and the Omega, beginning and the end, which is all the same. The beginning is, like Miriam was saying, a rebirth. And the end is not an end of anything, but it just also represents an ending of something, rebirth of something.
Okay,
So,
okay, you now finish.
the Omega, the Alpha and the Omega. Basically, that's what they said.
Okay. What happened to me the last week is I went to a state of confusion, which is a desert or disorientation. But the disorientation is in fact the other way around. We think we are somewhere, but we are dreaming, we think we are somewhere. And when we allow the confusion and cross the abyss or the desert, we arrive at the oasis at the beginning.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
The other image that came to me before we actually started was the man in black is there with us, but he has on this Technicolor vest today. And I think, again, it's just reinforcing the Alpha and the Omega, where life is the multicolor presentation housed in a meat suit. The meat suit is immaterial, hence black.
Mm-hmm.
But the vest is vibrant and full of life.
Mm-hmm.
I see someone who plays a flute, and it's a very special flute. It's creative powers, and it's a young person. It's not can't see. It's both feminine and masculine. It's just youth playing, and it sends out a lot of vibrations in all directions of a very high frequency, and it creates a lot of color and vibration in the surroundings, and it has to do with this beginning and this joy, immense joy of creating, and we all are part of it.
Mm-hmm.
We are all participating in it.
For me, this is the mythical figure, or at least a variation of it, of Mr. Pan, who's playing his flute. creating nature from the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And the oasis just expanded dramatically.
And I have 3 dragons around me.
Mm.
I'm still floating out there somewhere. And they're one to my right, one to the back of me, and one to my left. It's basically what I'm getting is just move forward, look forward. No need to worry about the size or the back. We have that, you just go forward.
And for me, this whole idea means the men in black are protecting us
Mhm.
by crossing the abyss of individuality, going to collectiveness, divineness, and the codes exactly as Jess mentioned, I repeat, 27, 39, 2, 14, 3, are like it with a nail pin are breaking the spell, breaking the bubble of individuality, and arriving at the eternal beginning.
Mhm.
And the vastness that Glenda is talking about, I think it's the vastness that existed before the Big Bang. From what I understand, there's it was just a vast potential soup, if you will, where everything that ever existed, the blueprints were all in there. And then there was just this vast soup, but nothing was defined or formed. It was just the potential. And we're catching glimpses of after the Big Bang, the pieces of creation that help us understand what we're supposed to today.
Okay. Very good,
Okay.
thank you.
As an upgrade from today on, the codes we will receive are not only to get to go somewhere or to be somewhere, but to break barriers, which we just did with the code, meaning we break the spell of unnecessarily identification with whatever we don't need anymore. And then, so like when we use that normal code, we break the cloud, the bubble, with a simple nail pin. We break the spell of what is not needed anymore, old stuff, the beliefs being in a desert and breaking through the oasis. So again, we have now also codes for breaking things, not only being somewhere.
Mhm. Okay.
The ancestors are there as witness, celebrating this breaking and understanding of Alpha and Omega. I feel them very distinctly as a mass, but there's great celebration there.
Mm. And now on top of the flute, I hear a violin. So the violin is joining the flute. And it's created even more. Within that oasis, you will start to even see more things appear,
Mhm.
more growth.
In my perspective, the violin is synchronizing our individual, so to speak, vibration with the oasis or the unity consciousness vibration. And slowly, through sound, even color, energy, you will feel the invitation for oneness.
Mm-hmm.
As Eric was speaking, I began to see um, crystal crystal dust in the atmosphere, just a multitude of colors that are refracting off of it from the sunlight, from the moonlight, from all of the light within this space that we're experiencing today. And it is just magical.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For me, this is the assistance of Mr. Blue, Mr. Margie. And again, as I said before, I repeat, don't make things more complicated or harder, and don't call it words or principles or negative emotions. Make them colors and expand from there.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Go ahead.
Glenda Elohim wants to talk to you.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Mm-hmm. Um, well, the conversation is personal type of conversation. But I could tell you that like I'm getting chills right now. I could tell you I'm communicating perfectly well. I understand 100% of what is being said. They understand what I'm saying. And the dragons that are with me now have become iridescent. And it's like all of a sudden they appear with hair, like with a mane. But it's very, very magical in a way. The colors are really super beautiful, and the combination and the reflection um, is um, it's wonderful. It's unimaginable. Hard to explain.
Okay. Stay there, and we are switching, if possible, to the same energy. Elohim wants to talk to Jazz, but it's they don't stop speaking to Glenda, so to speak. But the next one is Jazz, the next one is Miriam, the next one is Leaf, and then we go back to Glenda. And then we are at a totally different energy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Jazz, they're talking to you.
Um, there is acknowledgement of the struggle that each of us has gone through. And to get to this point, and yet with that also deep encouragement for others to open themselves up to the process and abandon that which doesn't work for them anymore. Sometimes we hold on to beliefs that are so ingrained in our physical lifetime that we convince ourselves that that's the message, and that is not the case. You have divine within you, and the divine is asking you to open yourself up to the vast gift that is present within you.
Okay, thank you, Chess. Again, continuation, Glenda Chess, and Chess is now getting downloads from her personal struggles, what she will and is dropping now. And in the meantime, if correct, we go to Miriam, the same thing.
Yeah, it's correct. I was experiencing a lot of fears these past weeks that I did not normally don't experience or not aware of. But all these fears, they are related to death and to the death that does not exist, but our belief in death. And they are related to everything that I experience now. And that's why rebirth is necessary to experience that we are just escaping now from this idea of that we are a body and that we are dying. But all fears are very are controlling our life. So it's so liberating if we can see that these fears are illusions. And on the moment that this fear comes up in me, I have to stand still and see actually where it comes from and embrace it and see it, just let it let it dissolve in love. And it is a process that is, I'm not finished with it yet, because fears are every day coming again, in little things, in big things, the world, my surroundings, my obligations or laws or whatever, governments, taxes, etc., etc. But I never experienced this before. So why am I experiencing it now? Because I was not aware of it, that how much they are, how much impact they have in keeping me from my real creativity, from my real joy of life. And so, yeah, that's the process I'm in.
Okay, thank you. Before we go to leave, the short version of a session I had last week with a woman who is also openly merging with her future self. And the process is she's merging with her future self here and now, moving to dimension 8, merging there. No struggle, no pain. Merging with those two souls. merging with the energy beyond the physical and staying in that energy.
Mm.
I repeat the process code 2739 to 143. This is the channel path beyond what we call now the abyss, because death does not. Okay, leave, same thing.
I am afraid. Where did the fear come from? Fear came from what my family taught me. The fear came from what my friends said to me. The fear came from society, from religion, from all of societal things around us, and what we were taught and told by all of those different entities. We chose to believe some or all of it, and that is where our fear is what our fear is based on. And so we have to go back and identify the fear, where it came from, and what and do we still believe it, or do we need to change how we think about what we were told? And perhaps it's time not to believe what we learned, but we have to go back and look and examine ourselves and how and what we were taught.
Thank you, Leaf. Before we go to Glenda, and she will speak about this, is again for the viewers, listeners. We, as a physical being, think, and Leaf explained it very well, think, not correct, in vain, that we must hook ourselves like a fish. We must hook ourselves into fear. But fear is from no one and everyone who wants to hook on it. But fear on itself is from no one. It's there in the open. We don't need to hook ourselves onto it. And when we look at fear non-identified, and when we de-identify ourselves with any emotion, we crossed the abyss. And we are at the beginning. Glenda.
Ayukumayala, Yamaya Kasi. Huyala, huyala, huyala. Maya Hukish, Maya Kukish, Hukatimatalaye. Kuma Ili. It is time to leave your fear behind. It is time to leave those old programming settings that you have obtained throughout your years. Not just your previous or your present life, but all those other lives that you have experienced, whether past, present, at the same time. You have all gathered fears, and every single time you have a fear or programming that does not serve you or isn't even true, it goes into your cells and it stays there because it hides, because it knows that you want to expel it. And you are now coming to terms with the reality that it is not exactly the way you thought. Reality is what you make of it. So if there is something that you fear, tell and talk to yourself. Find why is it that you fear it? Why can't you just let go? Maya liti ponjisasi lai uwe ya lai kini maya. Mila hikula yala kisika himaya hayikili. Hayawala, hayawala, hayawala. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Do not hold on to it. Do not let anyone keep you in that box, in that little moment of fear, which will become bigger and bigger. In the beginning, in the Alpha, there was no fear. In the Omega, there is no fear. It is humans who create the fear. It is there because you have free will. But if you choose to release and you choose to let go, you will find the true answers that you have been looking for a lot quicker, a lot stronger, deeper connection. And for those that have taken this moment to be here, the words that I've said will activate the beauty within you and will activate and start the process of releasing the fear, releasing what's in you that does not need to be in you. Mayalikiza, mayalikiza, mayalikiza. Mayalikiza, mayalikiza, mayalikiza. Now, as the Elohim is still talking to Jazz, to Leaf, to Miriam, and to Glenda, Eric, we are now going to talk to you.
No, we've been talking to Eric all week, so it is a continuation.
It's
Okay.
important for you to share.
Yes.
Okay, as a quick meditation, and whomever wants to pick on it, take a fear which you think you have and make it a color. And follow the path again. Take a color which synchronizes with you at this moment, wherever you are, whoever you are, and go to 27 and it will change color. Then in your timing, go to 39 and it will change color. Go to 2 and it will change color. Go to 14 and it will change color. Go to 3 and we are beyond. I think chess, I'm not sure.
The exercise was beautiful. But I believe the Elohim are asking for you to share on a personal level, not just in an abstract.
I think what it is that they want you to share what you're experiencing at this moment. Unless it's something personal, of course, you could just say it's personal. But for some reason, they're making it a point that they're going to you now. They're still with us, but they're going to you.
With this exercise, the eternal is being downloaded, condensated, manifested within every one of us, the listeners, the viewers, the people in this meeting. And each of us, and Eric specific now, becomes the eternal now moment. and every now moment is eternal. And in that eternal now moment, we exist. Beyond time, in eternity, in the now. And in that now we exist. And we are connected with all manifested things. So, in short, all beings and eternity in this now, here and now. Thank you. Elohim out.
Thank you. Oh, they're still here, and they want us all to look around what you see at that moment, at this very moment. Focusing only on the beauty of it. If you see a fire, focus on how beautiful the flames flicker and their colors. If you see water, how it moves or doesn't move and its color, its clarity. If it's a flower that you see, what type of flower, how big it is it open, is it closed, the fragrance, the color, whatever it is that you are focusing around you. Focus on the beauty of it. And that's the energy that they want all of us to have. Because by focusing on the beauty of it, we do not allow the fear of it to come back in.
Mm-hmm.
So even say, if you're flying around or floating around, focus on the beauty of the actual act and how you're able to just move around, nice, gentle, floating around, looking at everything, experiencing all of it all at once. If it is that you're in the water, you're swimming in the water, diving in, focusing on what's in there, the beauty of the fish, the beauty of how the sand looks, how it moves, how the plants are moving or not moving, the beauty. As we continue to release the fears, we have to replace those empty spaces where the fear was taking over with beauty. So we do not allow that negative energy to come back. For those that are sick, don't focus on the sickness. Focus on what's going to happen after you get well. Focus, like if you were doing it already, if you have cancer and you're going through treatments, focus on that trip you're about to take after it's all done, or the fact that you're going to see family members, or whatever, the party you want to do, celebrate the ending of your treatment. If you are not in a happy place, you're in a relationship that is really, it's drowning you and it's really hard on you. Don't focus on the drowning and the hard part. Focus on how to make your environment sacred, safer, more pleasant and more positive. Don't fear the unknown, because we're each and every day we go through the unknown. Every step, every day you wake up, you really can make all the plans you want, but you don't know what's going to happen. So don't focus on the fear of it, but focus on the enjoyment of taking those experiences, learning something from it, healing something within you, and moving on to more positive times, more positive environments, more positive experiences. This is the time that by learning how to do this, as your world, as your earth experiences more negative energy, you will remain steadfast, balanced, with clarity, and you will be able to move forward instead of being frozen in fear. You will be able to move past whatever happens around you because it will not be within you. For everyone that's here today or tomorrow, whenever you watch this program, by letting go of what's anchoring you down, you release your true higher self. You release the ability to let go of all problems. You release the knowledge that you can get out of where you are and change to a more positive experience or environment. Also, don't have the fear to participate. We don't want that. We want you to participate in whatever it is that you are trying to, but you always hold yourself back. That's old programming. Jump. Go for it. Don't allow the old programming, the environment, the tribes that have been around you to hold you to your full potential. Go for it. Make room for who you really are. Nira kachichi malaya kilegaya. Nira kachichi malaya kirikaya. Kumaliyali guliki. Kuliyala buliki. You Lamayali. You are who you are. Just keep saying, I am, I am. I am the I am. And that will help you. Keep chanting that. That will help you. You will start to feel that warmth, that tranquility, that clarity that you need. I am the I am. Anyone else?
Amen. It was beautifully said.
Same thing here.
Indeed.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing because the man in black is now doing a tap dance.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, I can't hold it. So it's kind of funny to watch.
Mm. Yeah.
Oh,
Don't forget to laugh.
believe me, I can't help it.
Mm. Yeah.
And it seems to be bringing our joy back.
Yeah.
Bringing our joy self out in the forefront.
Yeah. It's so important to laugh,
Mhm.
to be like children, to enjoy. Yeah. Mm.
Anyone got anything?
I think Chess needs to describe the new oasis.
Mm. Coming into it when we first started, it was bright and vivid because it was in a desert. But now there is almost a halo effect, if you will, a rainbow halo effect, around each and every entity there. In the sand, in the plants, in the air, in the animals, they all are reflecting a brilliant, colorful halo. Because each of us has that sacred space within us and about us, and we can create it for ourselves in our environment, should we choose to. And I confirm what Glenda has said and all the work that's actually been done today. There is great richness in allowing ourselves to be vulnerable after letting go of whatever we feel we need to. And that vulnerability allows us to dig deeper and to see things even more clearly. And when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, it may seem risky, it may seem unwise in some respects, but those are old tapes that no longer serve. Allowing ourselves to truly be vulnerable allows love to permeate every cell space that has been created because of what we've thrown away.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sensing it's time to gather our thoughts and
Mm-hmm.
meander.
So if there's nothing else, anyone? Okay. I want everyone to take 3 slow, deep breaths. Take a nice look around. Remember the scenery. Remember the energy. Keep that within you so you can build on that energy and in that joy and in that love and in that oneness and togetherness. Continue taking deep breaths as you envision a balloon. And this balloon is actually going down, floating down nice and slow. On the way down, thank all that Elohim and everyone else that was here. The man in black, the councils, the light beings. Thank them for joining us and providing us with what we need today. And slowly that balloon continues going down until it lands. And that represents that you are at your zero. With all that knowledge, all that courage, all that positive energy. Now, I want you to take one slow, very deep breath to fill your lungs so all that energy can just unite with your physical and energetic bodies and become one in the oneness. And you may open your eyes. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate you being here with us. Thank you to the councils. Thank you to the Elohim and all the others that are here with us every day or every time we do this and are here with us every day. Because we do get downloads and messages and channels almost every day, if not every day. We allow that to occur. So we're grateful for that. And as always, thank you to the members. Thank you, Eric. And we're going to say have a great week. And as always, we send many blessings and love to all. Bye till next week.